We're going to go through another example today. We're going to go through question 2 from the last exercise. So there's a square drawn on the graph. I haven't completed the square because like last time, I don't know where the other coordinates are yet. So the first part, it asks you to find the gradient of a to b. So we're going to use this formula, which we're used to by now. Remember to put the y's on the top. So let's just put in some coordinates. So this one here is 4, 3. And this one here is 10, 5. I think I got that right. Yep. All right, so y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So 5 minus 3 is 2, 6, so we've got a third. Again, we're going to end up with fractions, that means, but that's okay. We don't mind fractions. All right, part B. What's part B asking? So it's asking for the equation of this line. So now that we know the slope, we're going to use this lovely, whoops, that should be an equal sign, this lovely formula. And again, it doesn't matter which point you choose. I'm just going to choose A because I can. So y minus y1 equals m, which we said is a third, x minus x1. Whoops, that should be a 4. All right, so now we're just going to distribute. So I have 1/3 x minus 4/3, and then I'm going to add my 3 over here. I'm going to turn this into thirds because I need the denominators to match. So 3 is 9/3, and then I'm going to put those together. So y equals 1/3 x, and then negative 4 plus 9 is 5/3. So this is the formula of that line. And we can check. So if the slope is 1 over 3, so we should rise 1, run 3. Look at that. Perfect. Rise 1, run 3. So it does work. That's a little way that you can check your work. All right, the next one asks us to find the gradient of AD. Now, D is where? D is up here. Now, because we know this is a square, that's what the question says, all the lines have to be perpendicular to each other. That's the point of a square, that they all hit right angles. So, if the slope of AB is 1/3, that means the slope of AD must be negative 3, right? Remember, you find the reciprocal and change the sign. Okay, so D, what are we being asked to find? The equation of the line through AD. So now we know the slope and we know one of the points. So it still passes through this point. So I'm still going to use this formula here. So y minus y1 equals m x minus x1. Okay, so now we don't have fractions. That's a bit nice. So y minus 3, distribute this, negative 3x plus 12. So y equals negative 3x, this is plus 12 plus 3, 15. So that is the formula of the line, or, yep, so sorry, not the formula, that's the equation of the line that passes through AD, and D is up there somewhere. We don't know where it is yet, so I'm not going to draw it yet. The equation of the line that passes through BC, so BC, so C is up here somewhere. So again, the slope is going to be the same as this, isn't it? Because I know that this line is parallel to this line and perpendicular to this line, so I already know my slope. And I'm going to do the same thing, but with this point, because it passes through a different point. So y minus y1 equals m x minus x1. So let's do that. Equals negative 3x plus 30. So y equals negative 3x plus 30 plus 5. So there is my equation of this line here. Then I'm asked to find the coordinates of C. So if I want to find the coordinates of C, what I'm going to do is I'm going to say that I know that this is the same length as this, right? Let's use a different color. So if I go 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2, 3, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my slope of negative 3, and I'm going to do that twice. 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2, 3, 1. I've done that silly thing where I don't leave enough room. And I'm going to do the same thing from here. 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2, 3, hang on, did I count that right? 1, 2, 3, 1, 3, 1. All right, so this looks like a square to me. This is good. So what I'm going to do is join these lines. It's always better when you use a ruler. Where is that going to go through? Like there. Looks good to me. And then, whoops. Wow, can't even use a ruler. That's great. Okay, so then what I need to do, which one was C? This one is C, this one is D. So now I'm going to have a look at these coordinates. So this is at 5. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So 11, and then I went backwards 2, didn't I? So this is 8, 11. And then this one here is 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2, 3, 1. So I've gone up 6 from there. So that's going to be 9, and I've gone back 2. So 2, 9. Perfect. That looks good to me. All right, so there are my points. And the slope from here to here should also be 1/3. Let's check. 1, 2, 3, 1. 1, 2, 3, 1. Fantastic. So it all works. Everything looks like a square. It all looks even. These are all right angles. Brilliant. So the coordinate for C, that's what we asked for. Yep. So the coordinate for C was 8, 11. And the next one asked for D. So the coordinate for D was 2, 9. And that looks pretty good. So the difference between these was only 1. The difference between, oh, wait, something went really weird, didn't it? 4 and 5. That's not a 4. 4 and 3? 10 and 5. Oh, no. That's okay. Gosh, my brain's dead. Difference between 3 and 5 is 2. 9 and 11 is 2. Fantastic. The difference between 4 and 10, we've got 6. 2 to 8 is 6. Great. All right. Looks all pretty good to me. Okay, what's next? H is the equation of the line passing through CD. Okay. I'm not going to have enough room for this, am I? What are we up to? H. Okay, so we want this equation. So we're going to do the same thing. We're going to use this, but we'll use the point 2, 9. And this has a slope of 1/3 as well, remember? Because these two have the same slope. So 1/3 and 2, 9. We're going to do that. So y minus 9 equals 1/3 x, what did I say it was? 2 minus 2. All right, and then we're going to distribute like we normally do. So 1/3 x minus 2/3. And then I'm going to add my 9 to the other side. Well, I don't know why I put brackets there. So we want to make this ninths, don't we? So 9, we want to make this thirds. Gosh. Okay, so 9, how many thirds is that? That's 27 thirds. So y equals 1/3 x, and minus 2 plus 27 is 25 thirds. I can't simplify that, so I'm going to leave it like it is. There is the equation of h. All right, the length of the sides of the square is the next one. So I only have to do one, right? Because the square is going to be all the same length. So I'm just going to pick any two points. I can pick those two, 4, 3 and 10, 5. So 4, 3 and 10, 5. Why not? Remember my distance formula. So I'm going to do x2 minus x1 squared plus y2 minus y1 squared. And I'm going to square root all of that because this is just rearranged Pythagoras, remember? So d equals x2, so it's going to be 10 minus 4 squared plus 5 minus 3 squared. So d is going to be the square root of 10 minus 4 is 6, so 36. 5 minus 3 is 2, so plus 4. So d is the square root of 40, and we're asked to round to 1 decimal place. So the square root of 40 is 6.3. And we don't know whether it's centimetres or metres, so we're just going to say units, 6.3 units. So that is the distance of any of those side lengths. What else do we need to know? The coordinates of the midpoint of AC. Okay, so this one we're going to have to do something with this, aren't we? So J. So we don't have a line AC. That is just the diagonal, isn't it? But really what they're asking for is the centre, aren't they? They're asking for the exact centre of this square, which to me looks like it's probably roughly here. I imagine we're going to come up with that answer, but let's work it out mathematically. So I'm going to use 4, 3 and 8, 11. They're my 2 points. So what I'm going to do is work out the midpoint of those. So remember, you add the x's together and divide by 2. What am I doing? That's an 8. Add the x's together, divide by 2. Add the y's together, divide by 2. So the midpoint should be, the midpoint is 4 plus 8 is 12, divided by 2 is 6. 3 plus 11 is 14, divided by 2 is 7. So the midpoint should be 6, 7. Let's check. 4, 5, 6, and this is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Look at that. Perfect. It's exactly what we thought it was going to be. All right, so there's a lot of stuff to do in that question. I know I did some of it quickly, but if there's any of that you'd like me to go over again, feel free to watch it again or just get in touch and we can go through the answers again together. All right, good luck.